Welcome back to My Osprey TV. I am your host, Marie Gilmore, the editor and publisher of the Osprey Observer Community Newspapers, and we like to bring you these short podcasts of My Osprey TV to further introduce you to some of the businesses in our community. And we have a great guest today. I'm so proud that she was able to make it, and it's a very important topic for this time of year when we're getting into graduation season. We have Christina Sanchez Bonner. Did I say that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, good. And she is with North Star Consulting, who guides students and families through the process of that daunting college journey. So welcome, Christina.
Wow, thank you so much for having me. This is such a pleasure.
Tell me a little bit about your company.
So, I opened up North Star Consulting last May, and the reason why I opened this was because after 16 years of working in higher education and also as a college and career counselor at a high school, I realized that a lot of these students and families just were not getting all of the time and the support that they needed. And not to any fault for the schools, there's just not enough time. So when I was working in some of these other roles, it would be one of me to 3,000 students. And unfortunately, people just need more time to sit down and really get to know their student, get to know their dreams, their strengths, their weaknesses, their finances, for where they can afford to go, how to get scholarships, how to get grants, how to pick the right major the first time, and to actually pick a major that leads to a job. Unfortunately, a lot of people are kind of misguided by the notion that you can just study anything and it'll automatically lead to a career. And I like to have a lot of these kind of tough conversations with students for practical advice of what is actually going to lead to a career. So that way we can pick the right one the first time and eliminate the big majority of people that get degrees, realize that it's not what they wanted to do or they can't find anything. And then they have to go back and do it all over again.
Oh, you are right. There are lots of people out there working in something completely opposite from the field they went to college for and got their degree in. And it is a very daunting task. I know I've got two boys in college, and that decision making has to happen, right between their sophomore and junior year. All of a sudden, they're writing their SAT and their ACT, and all of a sudden, they're having to apply and they're just going into their senior year. So it puts a lot of pressure on these young people to say, what are you going to do for the rest of your life? What path are you going to take? And we're asking them to make these decisions at a very young age and taking away a bit of the high school experience sometimes, I think. So when you sit down with a client for the first time, what are some of the things you are looking for or asking for when they first come in?
So, one of the things that I love to do is I love to give them a Myers-Briggs personality test. This is a 95% accurate test, and what I love about it is that it's tried and true. It's been around for over 100 years, and they've done these long-term studies to find out what certain people of personality types enjoy doing long term. So, once when we establish what your personality type, then it can give a little bit more guidance into maybe 4 or 5 careers that people like you enjoy doing. So what I like to do is kind of just first establish what kind of personality the student has, and then start investigating some of these opportunities that many of them have never even considered before. I feel that typically people, when they think about the future, they think about business, they think about medicine, they think about engineering, but there are so many other career paths that could actually be better for you that they have never even fathomed before. So I will start off with that, and then I'll go into a SWOT analysis of determining, okay, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? If you don't feel comfortable with mathematics, then we can write off engineering. We can write off finance and accounting and some of those kind of basic questions. Because for a lot of people, it's not always just determining the exact right one, but doing the elimination of what's not right for you. And that way we can figure out some better options, and together we will determine the right path for them.
I love that. We've actually done Myers-Briggs here in the office as a team building, and I never considered what a value that would have for a young person looking into their career path. That is so fascinating. How neat for them to be able to kind of be directed and also have a little bit of knowledge about their personality and about different personalities. The perspective I got the most from that opportunity was learning how to interact with some personalities, that not everybody is just,
Mhm.
you know, very abrupt, very to the point. Some people need to be kind of, given the warm and fuzzy. So, I just think that is really interesting. I think you have an excellent business for our community. We have so many great high school students doing great things and really moving forward into the next step. So I think you provide a really valuable service. When should families consider engaging your services?
Honestly, the best time is freshman year. Because, at any time I can help them depending on where they are, but to really get, the ball rolling the correct way the first time, freshman year, we can already start establishing if they wanted to go to a four-year university, we have to start on their GPA freshman year. Because the GPA is a lot like a credit score where it's really, really difficult to bring it back up once when it goes down. So once when we have that track, then we can already do check-ins along the way. We can also plan out their extracurriculars. Oftentimes, I have a lot of juniors or seniors that will come to me. They don't have any extracurriculars on their resume. They don't have any Bright Futures hours done. So, depending on the student and where they're trying to go, we can already map out everything that they need to do. And then when we do it early, it's a lot easier to do because you can chunk it out in very, very manageable ways versus coming to me at the last minute and we have to get 100 hours done in 2 months.
Exactly. Well, awesome. I think you've got an excellent service. I think you have great value to our community. How can people get a hold of you? What's the best way for them to reach out?
My phone number for my business is actually my cell phone. They can reach me at 813-315-5214. And that's one of my favorite perks about going through me versus some other establishments is that if you need to text me at 8 o'clock at night with a question, or if you are freaking out about sending in your Common App because something came up, I'm going to be right there with you.
That's awesome. And I know you have a website as well.
Yes, I do. You can reach me at www.northstarconsultings with an s.com.
Well, thank you so much, Christina. Thank you for what you do. I may be dipping into some of that experience for the final Gilmore boy who's just heading off into middle school. We've got one more to get through the process, but thank you so much for the services you offer, and we'll look forward to hearing more from you soon.
Thank you so much for having me.